Bonjour à tous et bienvenue sur Swing-attitude. Donc aujourd'hui j'ai la chance d'interviewer un danseur de boogie et de swing assez exceptionnel puisqu'il faut savoir qu'il est 5 fois champion du monde d'affilée de boogie avec ses partenaires. Donc je vous présente Thorbjorn qui vient de Norvège. Thorbjorn parle français un petit peu, et d'ailleurs même pas mal du tout, mais on va quand même faire l'interview en anglais parce que ça va faciliter les choses pour l'interview. Donc voilà, j'espère que vous comprenez l'anglais et sinon on essaiera de faire des sous-titres assez rapidement. Wow. So, salut Thorbjorn. Hello Thorbjorn. How are you doing today?
I'm doing amazing.
So, you're here in Montpellier this weekend to teach a workshop, right?
Yeah, well, this weekend we are doing actually our first event for the swing jammers, Lindy Hop, like a pure Lindy Hop event. So we are very, very excited with that. We have been doing boogie mostly and some mixed events, but this one is actually our first pure Lindy event.
So it's the first time you teach Lindy Hop, like for a really Lindy Hop festival?
Yeah, exactly.
Pure swing festival.
Exactly.
So, and my first question will be, how did you discover boogie-woogie? Because most of the time, when we talk, well, I don't know how it is in Norway, but when we talk here in Belgium and France about boogie-woogie, when I used to talk, when I start like 15 or between 15 and 20 years ago, when I say to my friends, I'm dancing boogie-woogie, that was like, okay, boogie-woogie is for like grandfather or old people. How is it, how did you come into boogie-woogie?
Actually, I started with back home it's called jitterbug. It's just basically the same. Basically because my mom told me to learn to dance to get a proper girlfriend.
Me too. Exactly the same.
So that was basically my first experience with dancing. I've always been quite competitive as a person, ambitious. So I started doing this, and my dance teacher said, "Hey, you want to compete in this?" And I said, "Wow, can you actually compete in this? That's kind of cool," because I've been playing soccer or football for many years, and yeah, sure. I said probably the only time I will compete in something called dancing, so I just did that, and I competed, and I was lucky enough to win that competition at that time, and what happened after was that the national team coach came to me and said, "Hey, I haven't seen you before, but congratulations, we would like to invite you to participate for Norway in boogie-woogie dancing." And I said, "Cool." And basically after that, it was kind of like a small snowball starting rolling, and it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And after some time, I actually started to like it myself, because in the beginning, I have to say, it was more like this. It was a challenge, something I haven't done before, but it was something I was interested in. I always liked to dance, but to do it like organized, the competing and so on, it was not really my thing. But after some while, I thought it was actually quite fun, and after that, it's just the ball started rolling. Yeah.
When did you start? How old were you?
I actually started in 2003 at the age of 15.
Oh yeah, so you were quite young.
Yeah, I was quite young, but I have never danced before that, but I danced ever since.
So you didn't have any dance background, you were more a soccer player and...
Yeah, video gamer. So yes, I didn't have any reference when it comes to dancing. My parents like to dance, and they know how to dance, swing dancing as well, but they not competition level, but they like to dance, and it was there where I maybe saw it the first time with my parents, and they said I should learn it. It's something that maybe you will not get to use. Maybe it will be something of a, what can I say, you will not make your life with that, but it's important to know. Anyway, it's something you just need to know.
And now you live from that, right?
Exactly. So it turned to be like more like a way of life.
And yeah, as I told at the beginning, you are now, well, you're a world champion at the moment for 5 years in a row,
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
Does it take a lot of time, a lot of commitment to reach that level in boogie-woogie dance?
Yes, I would say it takes a lot of commitment when it comes to preparation for competitions and so on, especially when you want to stay on the top. People can get close to the top or even come to the top. There's a lot of very good dancers around the world, but to stay on the top for a long time, that demands quite a lot of commitment. We use a lot of time for training, preparation for competitions, yeah, it demands a lot of time to perfectionize your steps and whatever you're doing.
And what do you use to, well, you got a training part, like you train your dance. Do you do also some special and physical training, or like any kind of diet or anything, like working out? What you do exactly to stay on the top?
What we do now is or what I've been doing is that we try to put it in 3 pieces or four pieces. We have the mental training, we have the dance training itself, the technical training, the condition and the physical abilities like stretching, weightlift, everything I need to do the tricks we're doing or the elements we're doing. Then the condition to do our dancing. We do quite a lot of running actually.
Yeah.
I do also more running than maybe most people, because I think we're using so much time on the dancing, we're using so much time on this, that I like to put on my headphones and just go outside and run and be a little bit alone sometimes, just go in the forest and run. So I do a little bit more running, just work, and then we do a lot of time with the dancing, just dancing.
Like how many hours per week, for example, or per day? Like what is your like a day for you, a normal day when you're not traveling and teaching, when you're at home?
At home, I would say a normal day is waking up in the morning, having a light breakfast, then a physical training, could be fitness or running. Then early afternoon we take maybe the first dance training, and then the late afternoon we do another one. So normally I do 3 trainings per day, 2 dance trainings and 1 like non-dance training, physical preparation. Maybe 3 or 4 days, then 1 day break, or 3 or 4 days. So we have tried to balance it. Yeah. So that's basically I have never been like very talented as a dancer. I started in this game kind of like a sportman, so I've always been like preparation, but later on now that's why I want to go here, because I want to improve my dancing skills.
And you were talking about the mental preparation. What do you do? Because I think, like, I know a lot of dancers, and I never really heard that before, so I would be pretty interested, and that would be really interesting for the people who are listening to us. What do you use?
In general, when I do mental preparation, it's more or less for a competition perspective. It's the only one, I believe that the only one who stop yourself, to stop you from achieving your goals, is yourself. So I use a lot of time to visualize myself managing what I want to do. So if I want to win a competition, I use a lot of time. I use visualization training. I look myself on the top of the podium, for instance. I look at I try to see myself dancing the competitions, what I want to do, what I would like to do. I basically try to prepare myself so many times on that competition that when I come there in person, I have been there so many times before. So it's basically, everyone experiences stress in competitions, and I try to remove all the stress I can remove, because it always will be stressful. So in the mental preparation, let's say if we have a choreography or something, I put on some music, I close my eyes and I try to see myself doing that. I had a very good friend of me who was, before I reached the top of the podium, a good friend of me who always was better than me. I came second for several competitions. It was William Moe, and in that time I had to, even if I knew he was better than me, I had to try to see myself win against him, because if you're not believing in yourself, you will never achieve it. So that's the mental preparation I do. I try to I try to prepare myself, see myself winning or see myself dancing that particular piece which I've not been doing before. Maybe I do it a lot in competitions. If we go to a competition hall I've been before, I have a photo, I close my eyes and see myself in the competition hall, so I try to prepare myself. So we do quite a lot of that kind of mental preparation. And the other thing is that you always have a partner. We are dancing a couple dance, and you can't do this by yourself. So also one part of the mental preparation is to always try to stay together as a couple. So my role will be to support my partner to feel confident in the competition as well.
Okay, yeah.
Not just with dancing, but with speaking with them that I want to do this, can we do this, if this happened, what do you think, and discuss, because that's kind of start process in your head, so you are less stressed in competitions.
Oh, good. Yeah, interesting, really interesting. So we were talking about boogie competition mostly, and now you take you start probably a new way, like more social dancings, more into the swing scene, Lindy Hop.
Absolutely.
So why did you decide to take? Is it for you like normal? This is because most of the best Lindy Hopper in Europe are from boogie-woogie. Like we can take William Move, we can take a lot of them, Vincenzo, Remy. We can take a lot of the best Lindy Hoppers in Europe. They're from boogie-woogie. Is it like a normal transition at one point when you reach the top in boogie-woogie to go into the swing scene, or it's just because what do you like in the swing scene and in the Lindy Hop?
To put it like this, the boogie scene compared to the Lindy scene, what I find intriguing in the Lindy scene is that it's much more a social dance. It's much more, I would say, much more familiar. The boogie scene is nice. But as many people think that boogie is just a competition dance, and because many people think that, they are not really dancing socially. So, and we teach a lot, and we do dance parties and so on, and that's the thing that I feel is kind of a shame in the boogie scene, that it's no good social dancers. And the social scene in Lindy is much better, and everyone who loves to dance loves to go to a dance party and dance with someone, not just sit there to drink. And it might be a natural transition, because when you do a competition and you reach a point where you have nothing more to prove, because you are on the top, the reason why you're on the top is because you're ambitious and you always try to reach for the skies. And when you have reached the skies, you try to find different galaxies to reach for. So that's kind of what I feel in the boogie. We don't have anything more to prove. But for myself, I don't feel that I have reached my highest level. I can, maybe in boogie, I don't know, but I feel that I still want to learn. I still want to be better. I still want to think differently.
Yeah.
So, and that's why I would like to enter.
As a dancer in general.
In general.
Yeah, yeah.
And I really like the swing genre. So that's basically why I want to enter the Lindy scene, and why we are entering the Lindy scene a little bit more.
And now you like social dancing, because you start
I started from a
Most,
competition
yeah,
point
from
of view.
competition point of view, and now do you like social dancing, like partying and
Absolutely.
having some jazz music in a bar and dance and?
Absolutely. Like I said, I came into this. I came into this dancing world as a competitor, but now I really love the dance and I love the music around. I love the ambience, and this is much better in the swing scene. So now I can say that I would like to be better as a dancer, and then it's natural to go in a place where you haven't been before. And yeah, now I really care for the dance.
Yeah.
And not just for the running and the fitness and to get the first place on a podium, which can be nice, but still now I want something different.
Yeah, and let's talk a little bit about the dance. Many people, when it comes to talk about boogie, lindy hop, or like for people who don't know the swing, like swing dance in general, it's hard for them to say, oh, this is lindy hop, this is boogie-woogie. So what is your point of view? What are the difference for you?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. For me, I think that what we are doing is basically the same dance. It comes from different time eras with different music styles, which resembles the music. But for me personally, I think that it is a swing dance, and it's I think it's basically the same dance. Lindy have a slightly different way of styling it, I think because of the music, while boogie is more or less the same dance with a different styling because of different music. So for me it is basically the same dance, different styling.
So it's the same, almost the same techniques that we use in boogie and lindy hop, but the style is changing because of the music. So the music make the dance.
Yeah, I think that it's hard to put boost on it. I think that yes, you maybe don't use, you can use the same technique in both.
Yeah.
And that's the you can use the same technique in both, and you can make it look. I just feel that like the boogie as we know it today, it comes a little bit more from the 50s, where it was a little bit more rock and roll music. So I feel that the style of boogie is a little bit more rock and rollish. It's a little bit more energetic.
Yeah.
While I would say that the lindy hop, which is I would say 20s and 30s, with more jazz music, is a little bit more passion. It's a little bit smoother. It's a little bit less. We can almost say almost less aggressive and more passion, while the boogie is the same dance with a little bit more aggression, a little bit more energetic because of the music.
Yeah. Good. So one more question that I would like to ask you, because it's pretty interesting. You are 5 times world champion. What is the advice you would give to the people who are watching us, and if they want to improve and maybe one day to reach the top international level in boogie or in lindy hop or any kind of dance?
I would say find your motivation. That's I would say, find your motivation. I think that I reached the top not because I'm super talented, but because I really love what I do. And when you love what you do, you can keep on training and continue because you really like it. And I think that's the best advice you can do. Find your inner motivation and don't let yourself stop your own progression. Think that you can do it, and yeah, just find a very, very good motivation. I personally really after a while understood that I love to dance. I dance all the time, I listen to music, I watch people dance, and I like to dance. So that's why I think I reached the top. Not because I have a certain size or a certain weight or a certain angle on my left foot. That doesn't matter at all. I think it's just that I really found my motivation.
Yeah. And you say like 2 or 3 times in this talk that you're not really talented, but you work a lot. So don't you think that for every kind of performance, any kind of arts, like playing music, dance, any kind of sports, work is more important than talent?
Yes, I think that talent can get you up, but not to the top.
Yeah.
I think to get to the top, you need more than just talent. Of course, everyone has to have some sort of talent. If you are just not able to understand what a rhythm is, you cannot dance in a rhythm. But I think hard work or passion for what you're doing is more important than talent, born talent.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you very much, Thorbjorn.
Thank you.
So I hope you enjoy this interview. J'espère que cette interview vous a plu, qu'elle vous inspirera. Voilà, si vous voulez un petit peu avoir des conseils des meilleurs danseurs du monde, mais vous suivez la chaîne Swing-attitude en boogie. Mais peut-être bientôt en Lindy.
Bon, on verra.
On va voir. Hein.
On va voir.
Do you think about competing in Lindy Hop, in ESDC, LHC, or something like that?
I would love
Is that a new plan?
I would love to compete in that. Just to see the scene. I like the Lindy Hop scene. I like the music. So maybe competing for. Yeah, I would love to compete in Lindy Hop as well. Maybe ESDC next year.
Okay, good. So we'll see this. On verra ça bientôt. Voilà, merci à tous. À bientôt. Ciao, ciao.
Wow, thanks.
Thanks, man. That was cool.